Oh, there we go.
Ooh,
I think we've got him.
right, we're in.
Okay,
I think there might be
thank
a
you.
bit of a delay between us. I'm on 5G at the minute. It seems to be holding.
Where are you in the world, if you don't
In
mind?
South, I'm in South Dubai at the minute.
Oh, okay. All right, fair enough. Fancy pants.
Yeah,
All right.
I thought the connection and Wi-Fi here would be a lot better than it seems to be, but hey ho.
Yeah, I know. They enticing everybody with no tax, and then they're rugging everybody with no internet. So
Yeah, I need to get one of those portable Starlink
you,
backpack
you do,
things,
you do.
and I shall
I
be
think they're eighty
taking that
pounds,
with me.
£80 a month. I think. Right.
Yeah, I've
So,
got the actual Starlink, but I just need to get the portable one.
oh really? How is the
Yeah,
Starlink? Any good?
I haven't set it up yet. I literally got it just before Christmas.
Okay. Okay.
I need to set it up at
Right.
home. But carry on.
Right. Let's get started. So, from the depths of the east of England over here to the bright lights, and the big city of Dubai over there. This is Crypto Waffle, episode 7, kind of episode 8. We'll call it 7.5, seeing as I rugged last
Yeah.
week's episode. Apologies to Financial Navigator, my co-host, and to all of you guys. I completely forgot what day it is because this time in between schools breaking up, Christmas, New Year, schools going back, my life is just a mess. So my apologies there. Um, in this episode, we are going to be talking about AI agents. We're going to be talking about Trump coming into power and what that may mean. And we're also going to be talking about the market and this Bitcoin pullback. And is this the end? Is the bull market already finished? So let's get started. How are you feeling about meme coins at the moment? Are you still on
They're not
board with
dead.
the meme coin super cycle thesis? You don't
I
think they're
don't
dead
think that.
yet?
No, no, they're not dead. We discussed this. Well, I did a more of a chart based thing last week, but and we've discussed this before. We're currently going through a big drawdown. Liquidity is being pulled back, and we'll do an update on this later. But obviously, the highest of risk assets, which is meme coins and stuff like that, will get hit the hardest, and you'll see no big narratives or anything in that space. And you might see like narratives, and you just see money being transferred. But as soon as we know the money printers get turned on, and when or if that is, we know they will then become the best performers again. So it's just a quiet patch.
Okay, okay. So you're holding strong with your Miggles. You're holding strong SPX.
Yeah.
Holding strong with all of these. No, I don't. Are you actually in SPX?
I'm not in SPX, so I've got my main plays are on base. Miggles, we'll get it up now. Miggles, I've actually picked up another NFT for that as well.
Okay.
Higher
Yeah.
game, which is goes into our AI agent topic, uh, and then Chaos at the moment, which is AIXBT's own token.
Right. Okay. So AI agents. I have spent the entire week doing nothing but AI agent stuff. So now I'd like to think of myself as something of an expert on AI agents. And
I've been looking forward to this bit.
yeah, I am. I have sold the majority of my meme coin bags. So most of my memes are gone, and I am
Is that
rotating.
including SPX 6900?
That's including SPX 6900. Even the
Wow.
majors have gone. The only one I've still got is higher because that's the only one which, although it's probably performing the worst, it's the one which I feel is the biggest catch-up play. So it's the highest risk,
Yeah,
highest reward.
yeah.
SPX, I didn't feel it could do 100x from where it is. I know that's the narrative, but you know, and
Got to be
higher,
realistic.
yes, and higher I feel can. So AI agents, um, where do we start? So I now understand what these different things are. Maybe I did when we done our last show, but now I understand them in greater depth. So AI 16Z has taken off. I think since we last spoke, I think it might have been at around 60 cents. So it might have doubled
Yeah,
since then. Um,
yeah, it's
and
around
virtuals,
55, 60.
yeah, and virtuals is also obviously going crazy. But there are other, these are frameworks. So these are like infrastructure plays. So these are the software that helps you make other AI agents. Um, there are loads of other ones which I now like. FXN, obviously, which we spoke about before, but there are other ones like Spore. So Spore is an AI agent which creates its own AI agents. Spore is sitting at about 50 million market cap at the moment. I found one today called FOMO Radio, which makes its own radio shows out of the tweets of certain people. Obviously, in time, when they open source it, you'll be able to take it away and go and make your own radio shows based on
Yeah,
whatever it is you want to make radio shows on. So the AI agent space, I feel like, will become the new biggest narrative. Because on top of that, you've got the macro, which is all about AI as well. So in the real world, the AI, all the companies, the big companies, Facebook or Meta, Google,
yeah,
Amazon, they're all chasing down AI. They're not doing anything else. They're not wasting their time with anything else. It's AI first. A distant second will probably be quantum computing. So
yeah,
for me, whilst memes aren't dead, I am feeling like all of the liquidity and all of the people will go and chase the AI stuff. Especially even the new money coming in from these big companies, they're going to be looking at either AI enabled software, AI enabled projects, or actual AI plays.
yeah.
So I guess that's yeah, I guess that's
Can you
my
explain to could you explain to some of the newbies here or the beginners in the space what these AI agents are actually doing and what their purpose is? Because when people say AI, they're just like, oh, it's ChatGPT.
yeah. So the high level of what AI is the next interface. So the first interface we had was you had to code in ones and zeros, and that was very, very difficult. Then it got a bit easier when you got to type with actual letters and resemble words to tell the computer what you wanted to do. That got even easier. The next stage was when you got graphics and you could move windows and put a file here or there, and that got even easier. So this is the next iteration of all of those things whereby you can speak. This is the main thing that AI, I believe, can do, is you can speak in natural language to an AI. It can interpret what you're saying and it can respond to you in natural language.
Yeah,
Now, that's, I would say, the high level of what AI is currently doing. Like, spoiler alert, it's not intelligent at all. It's just called AI. It's not really intelligent at all. It's effectively, it's predictive text on steroids. So it's just going to act the way it's seen other people act, and it will make loads of mistakes, and it will hallucinate, and it will do stupid things if you tell it to do stupid things because it's just responding to you, and you can see that happening. So these AI agents are being tasked with loads and loads of different things. One of the different things that an AI agent could do is make its own radio show by passing all of the information on Twitter and then using that information, making a short 1 or 2 minute radio show. It could be as long, or it could be even be a podcast episode. So it could be in half an hour, an hour. And I have seen podcast episodes about crypto created purely by AI. Another thing it can do, one that I invested in, is it can be a sort of a travel agent for you. So it can help you by telling you you can go to this place or you can go to that place based on recommendations. But the real magic is, because you can do that anyway by searching, the real magic is you ask it a question and it immediately gives you an answer, and it doesn't point you in the right direction. So I would say AI agents are kind of similar to websites in that an AI agent can do anything that you want the AI agent to do. So they're not specifically for one specific use case. Like the different use cases are still being thought up every day.
yeah,
But the ones that I like are like the one that's a travel agent type, and there's another one that's called Polytrader, which helps you to place good bets on Poly Market. I think that one will do quite well as well. All it does is really pass data and based on the data, give you an answer, which I think is very, very valuable and probably will
Yeah,
remain or become more valuable as time goes on.
yeah, agreed. Because I mean, a lot of these things different have lots of different things. I personally haven't been in as deep a AI agent hole as you have over the last week, but my main source of secret source or alpha to say is from an AI agent on Twitter called AXI or AIXBT, and it is quite consistently tweeting pure alpha about projects. It could be DeFi related, it could be AI agent related, it could be deep in, it could be real world assets. Like it is loads. And the
Yeah,
beauty of it as well is it responds to you. So if you have a question, ask it the damn question and it will respond.
yeah, yeah. And we featured AIXBT 4 weeks ago now at
Yeah.
20 cents. And I think it's at 50 now.
It's currently seen a market cap of 551 million. It's just also flipped GOAT as
Yeah,
well.
yeah,
I mean, when was it? 4 weeks ago. So it was in the range of 14 to 30 cents. We mentioned it,
yeah,
and it's now up at 55. So if you manage to get in at a decent price, you've probably done at least 100%.
yeah, yeah. And I didn't. I put it in my buy list and I didn't buy it and it
So
ran away. I bought AIXBT. I bought AI16Z though, so I got
yeah,
that, but I missed
I mean,
AIXBT.
because I was gonna, as you might have seen in the Telegram, or you might not have done, but ages ago, as soon as I come across Game and AIXBT, I put it into the Telegram, aped into it, told everyone about it, then discovered Chaos, which is AIXBT's own token, sold my AIXBT for Chaos, aped into that, and today, like literally as of what? Okay, today and yesterday has done 350%. So from
Okay.
my
So
average buys, from my average buy, I'm now up about 6x ish, just shy. And again,
yeah.
I put that into the
And
Telegram. Everyone knew about it.
memes are memes are not doing that currently. So
No,
I I can't see a reason to go back to the good old days of vibes when there is actual dope
the good
being
old
put on the
days of
table.
vibes. As soon as the Fed and the PBOC and the ECB, Bank of England, once they all start announcing, specifically the Fed and the PBOC,
Yeah,
that they are now doing quantitative easing, that is your time to get back into SP 6900
yeah,
with Doge, all of those things.
yeah,
Like that's the time. At the moment, we'll just witness different. Think of it as like a pond. So you've got a pool. We've got a pool of money. And at the moment, there's been a little hole created that's going to create another pool of money. Everyone's going, "Oh, what's this new pool?" This new pool is currently AI agents. All the money's now coming out of that pool, going to the next pool. And then again, there'll
yeah,
be another pool at some point, and then we don't know what that is yet. Could be deep in, could be RWAs,
yeah,
anything like that. And then all the money will flow to that again. And we'll just keep wish-washing around until QE comes in, and then all of a sudden, banana zone hits, everything goes just mental, and it's
crazy.
just green
Yeah,
candles everywhere. So
yeah, yeah.
that's what we're
Agreed,
waiting for.
agreed, agreed, agreed. So, with that in mind, what are your what would your suggestion be to stay within memes or to move into stable coins and wait for
So,
this
well,
next
before we do
liquidity?
that, I was going to ask you, what are your top picks on base, ETH, and Sol related to AI agents, and SUI or BNB if you know of any?
Oh, this is good. Right, okay. Great question. So
Pick
can I
two per
pick two on
chain.
each chain?
Yeah,
Right, I'm going to
yeah.
pick two per chain. So on each chain, I'm going to pick one which is infrastructure, and I'm going to pick one which is an actual agent. So which one should we start with? Let's start with base. obviously on base, infrastructure is going to be virtuals. That one is the play on base, as far as the best tokenomics are concerned, and it's got the most market share, the most mind share. It's where everything is happening. So I can't overlook virtuals on base.
Yeah.
The thing I like about virtuals is, like I said before, every single pool has got one side of the agent, and then the other side is paired with virtuals, and that's what's really pumping the price of virtual.
I mean, the
Um,
price is literally just straight. There's no pullbacks, no consolidation. It's just
yeah,
higher.
yeah, yeah. Because this is pure fundamentals pushing this. This is not a traders pushing it. This is
Yeah.
usage pushing this one. So that's that side. On the actual agent side, I'm going to go with Polytrader, although I haven't used it yet. Just on what it's supposed to do. So I do think that Polymarket will remain huge even outside of election years. I think that when you have big sporting events or anything big in the world going on and people have got an opinion on it, people will say, okay, we'll go to Polytrader, put your money where your mouth is and go and bet. Now, this Polytrader will be able to find you good bets and do your betting on your behalf. And I think that's massive. So I'm
Yeah.
going to go for my base pick for Polytrader. On Solana, infrastructure wise, I'm not going to go with AI 16Z. I'm actually going to go with FXN.
I
Um,
literally was just about. I said that in my head as you
I'm
were
going to go
thinking. I
with
went, "He's going to
FXN.
go
Yeah,
FXN."
I'm going to go with FXN. I'm going to go with FXN because it is the marketplace for AI agents to connect with other AI agents, and they are consistently having partnerships with brilliant
Yeah.
new AI agents. So today they announced one. I can't remember which one it was with, but I'm going with that one. For the actual agent on Solana, I'm going to go with. Oh, this is a difficult one. I don't know. I don't know. I can't think of one. I can't think of one that I'm certain is on Solana. The ones I'm thinking of are on base. So there was one called. Uh, Actually, no. I'll tell you which one I'm going to go with. I'm going to go with Spore on.
Spore.
Yes, I'm going to go with Spore.
That
I believe Spore.
SPOR.
Spore. I'm going to go with
Right. Okay.
Spore. 50 million market cap. The unique selling point is that the AI agents are born, they talk, they interact, and then after a little while, they birth their own AI agents. And each AI agent has got its own wallet and it can make its own decisions about what it wants to buy. They've got like maybe three main characteristics. So initially there was an Adam and an Eve, obviously. The Adam was really angry and like an Andrew Tate type of guy,
Right.
and Eve was really thoughtful and nurturing and motherly. The
Yeah.
Adam has done terribly. I couldn't imagine why, and Eve has done really well. So the Adam's two offspring are going to die, and one of Eve's offspring is doing really well, like better than Adam,
Right.
and the other one is she's okay. So it's developing into this soap opera where every 2 days these AI give birth to other AI. So that's sport. That one's brilliant. Um, on BNB, I'm going to go with, or BNB ETH, I'm going to go with Cookie DAO. Cookie
Cookie
DAO
down.
is, yes, Cookie DAO. Cookie DAO is like an analytics platform where you can see which AI agents have got how much mind share, so how much attention they're getting on their tweets and how many people are interacting with them. And they've got this really nice feature where you see the mind share compared to their market cap.
Right.
So, for example, they showed me about AI. Irene, which is like supposed to be this like Japanese waifu, like this Japanese mum type character who's on Twitter, but is getting loads of engagement, but still has only a $2 million market cap. So there's that one, which that Cookie DAO, and there's Irene, but Cookie DAO I think is probably the best one. And I think that's it. I can't think of. I'm sure there is one on ETH that I bought today, but I can't think what it is. Oh, I can. It's called. I think it's called Reploy AI, and it's about $6 million market cap. One of my friends actually showed me it. Now, what this one allows you to do is to, in natural language, type in what you want your app to look like,
Right.
and it will create the smart contracts for you. It'll create the smart
Right. Okay.
contracts for you, and you can do it as part of a team, or you can do it on your, or you can do it on your own. Other people can join and contribute. Once you've got that, it can audit the smart contract that is just created, and then it can deploy the smart contract on chain. And it's all being done in like a no code type natural language platform. That one's only still only at, that one's still only at 6 million, but that's only, I think that's only like 7 days old, or maybe
Right. Okay.
8 or 9 days old at the most, right? So
Still
that
early
one, I
doors.
think, yeah, that one I think has got legs. And there's one more which I also bought today, but I can't remember. I haven't got my book with me, so we'll have to put that one in the Telegram.
Yeah.
The last pit, we'll put that one in the Telegram. But those are a selection of the things that I've been diving into
Right.
this week. The things that I can remember off the top of my head. But there's been so much, so much.
Yeah. There's a lot. There's if anything, there's too many, just like there is meme coins.
Yes, the difference between these and meme coins is that I can pick these because they do stuff. So with meme coins, it was more about trying to know maybe who's in control behind the scenes, or how many people actually give a damn who the big whales are, and things like that,
Yeah.
which are a little bit less known. With the AI stuff, you can just go to the GitHub and see how many people are contributing, or you can just use the tooling and see if it works well or not.
Mm.
So I I I much prefer AI than I do memes, because it's a lot easier for me to
Yeah.
navigate.
No, it's understandable.
Yeah.
But going back to your original question, what was your original question just before we just did that?
I was going to ask you, yeah, which are the memes that you would sit in now, or would you rotate into stable coins? What would you do in the short term between now and Trump getting in? And that will
So
lead us nicely onto our
this
next topic.
is this is what I am doing personally. Now, obviously, everyone's thing is different. I'm not rotating out of memes because we all know that big memes, or especially the big ones, because we know that big memes are a leverage play on their chains.
Yeah.
Now, the likes of Bonk with stuff like that on Sol will be fine. I don't think there'd be anything wrong with them. Doge will be fine. Shib, all these other things should do fine. Pepe, another one on ETH. I think that'll be fine. I am actually looking to rotate out of the layer ones. So, say, sell my soul for an
Okay.
AI agent, or my
Okay.
ETH for an AI agent, and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Okay, so
Yeah.
obviously on ETH, I'd probably look to come onto the base chain, just bridge it across, swap that into stuff that's on there. And then the only other one for me is really Sol. Now, I won't be selling all of my layer ones. It'll probably be around 50% of each. Because I mean, for example, me, I picked up Sol when it was $13. It's now sat at 194. So I've made my money there. I'm only going to get maybe another 4 or 5x out of that before it crashes. So I may as well take the money, rotate it into something else, and see what we can get out of it. Um, but as you just said, this leads into the bigger picture very nicely. So we'll now do
Yeah.
an update of Bitcoin, liquidity chart, Fed, all this stuff. So
Yes.
to start us off, looking
Well,
at if this will turn around. For some reason I can't turn the camera. It's it's just not having it at all. But I'll have to show you this way. So can you see my screen?
yes. Yeah, I can see it. Move it down a
So
bit.
we have
I can only see the top of the. There you go.
we
Perfect.
have a head and shoulders top currently on the Bitcoin chart. Okay, if this
Hmm.
breaks, the target is at 77k or 77.7. Okay, ish.
Yep.
Now, if we then update our liquidity onto that and we take a little zoom out and we drag that into position, the liquidity chart is now saying that Bitcoin will come down to around 60k ish.
Yikes.
Okay. And you can see this has been basically pinpoint accurate since I'll tell you what's funny about this. It's been pinpoint accurate since BlackRock ETF come out. Like literally to the day.
Uh, Move the screen
So
down.
it's
Move the camera down slightly. That's it.
like that.
Okay. Okay. So the yellow is the liquidity, and the red and greens are the Bitcoin movements.
Yeah, correct. So you can literally see if I zoom in here, the point there was on the 17th of December. Liquidity peaked
Yeah.
out on the 16th, literally within a day, and the top was
Mhm.
put in. So if, and obviously this is a big if we continue to follow this liquidity chart, we should see Bitcoin back into the 60s.
Why is the liquidity chart so far ahead of the Bitcoin chart?
So the liquidity chart is a forward-looking indicator. So we
Right.
have what you call lagging indicators like the ISM and stuff like that. Now, liquidity is a forward-looking indicator. I believe it's by about 10 weeks. Okay,
Okay.
so once we see liquidity bottoming and we can see that starting to move up, we know that within, say, 10 weeks of that bottoming, we should, in the crypto world, be looking for a Bitcoin bottom. Okay, so that's what you kind of have to remember with when it comes to liquidity. But obviously, when I say we've been very accurate since the BlackRock ETF, another thing to bear in mind is during bull markets like we're in now, the crypto space and Bitcoin, they can look off on the liquidity chart. So you might see that Bitcoin overextends it in a certain point or drops even below it because they're very sensitive assets. They're only small. We've got to remember that crypto is a very small fish in a very big pond. Although we like to think of it, obviously, in our world, it's quite big to us. We
Yeah.
in on the macro side of things, we're literally
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah.
So when we see these big blips, for us, it's like a fucking hell. Like that's down, it's big. To
Mhm.
macro, it's oh, they're down 50%. They're only 3 trillion. It's not even a big asset class,
Yeah.
sort of thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this suggests that we have a prolonged downturn. Now, at the moment, liquidity is suggested into March, but that's not to say that some emergency might come around the corner, not to say what it is, and the Fed goes, right, we need to print, or PBOC goes, we need to print. The PBOC are itching to print. They need to print, but they can't because of the dollar strength at the moment.
Yeah.
And now there's an interesting chart. I haven't got it with me, but I will post it on. I'll post it on one of my posts coming soon. Now, in that chart, it shows um, basically when Donald Trump last got into power, we saw the dollar rally until mid January. Okay, early to mid Jan in 2016-17 when he got into power. The dollar, literally with a 98% accuracy, is doing the exact same thing now. The dollar has
Right.
rallied since Trump has now been elected. We're in the final 1 to 2 week window where the dollar should top. Now, when the dollar
Hmm.
tops and the financial conditions start getting easier, that then allows the likes of the PBOC, the ECB, Bank of England, and stuff to start printing. Also, the Fed can't start printing dollars whilst their currency is strong as well because it affects them even worse.
Yeah.
So they need it to come down. It helps everyone. A weak dollar helps the world system stay afloat.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that is ultimately what we're waiting for before everyone starts QEing. But the the thing that I've just shown you, the liquidity chart, is suggesting that this is a long, drawn out process until March. So just make sure
Un-
you're all
un- unless,
mentally prepared unless there's something happened. Now, going back to this other chart that we have obviously looked at before as well. Again, I can't show the camera around, but you'll be able to see this beauty. You can see here by looking at this chart in the blue that the Fed are itching to print. If they don't print
Yeah.
soonish, it stuff you'll start seeing banks fail, stuff like that again, and that's where it gets messy. Effectively,
Yeah.
you might even have some nations collapse, for example, and then the Fed have to come in
Default.
and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
So, which one of those two things do you think breaks first? Do you think they print first, or do you think that
Now,
liquidity dries up first?
me putting my tinfoil hat on, I think a global event's coming. Now, I'm only
Okay.
saying this because this is what happened last time. Last time the Fed had to print a load of money, what happened? It just so happened to be COVID. Now, I'm not saying there's going to be a round two, right? I don't really care what happens. I know they're going to print money. It's just why. So
Yeah.
I've heard of talks of bird flu. I know the state of California have put in a document into their local authorities to call a state of emergency for bird flu at the minute, which is I think is a bit odd because it only takes one small county or whatever you want to call it or state to start, and then all of a sudden, bang, it's everywhere effectively. Or the other big thing is China, Ukraine, and cyber attacks. Now we saw, I think it was one of the big US banks, or no, British Airways had a major cyber attack in the UK about a month ago. They lost
Okay.
they lost all communications with all their flights out of Europe. No one knows why. The news on it has gone very silent, and you can't find any information. The only reason I know that is because my sister literally left to go to New York 2 days before it happened, and when they landed, or sorry, when they went to go back, the stewardess said, "You're lucky you're going back this week and not last week because we had no communications with the EU and they had to cancel all flights."
Oh wow.
Now, so that is me putting my tinfoil hat on. I believe there's something coming. So I think there's going to be some sort of trigger that allows them to print this. So I
Yeah.
think ultimately, or there'll be some sort of big collapse, whether it's it might be a domino effect of banks. It could be it could be central banks of currency of countries. It literally could be anything, but they're itching to print, so they need to hit that button soon. It's just a matter of when.
With that in mind, would it be prudent to have a small fund of USDC or USDT dollar backed stable coin just to one side in case we have a big drawdown, especially in alts, and then you could
So,
deploy that capital at
well,
rock bottom
see,
prices?
this is where I've been trying to do this thinking myself. Now, I'm taking the easy option because for me, I try not to get immersed in this conspiracy theory world, okay? Because you could go down many rabbit holes and be stuck there forever.
Yeah,
So for me, the liquidity chart is saying we're going down towards 60K ish, okay? Now, I've pulled some profits over the last couple of months from things like XRP and other things that did all right. Okay. I'm now utilizing that stuff or those profits. I'm DCAing every week because no one knows actually where this is bottoming. And like I said, this liquidity chart is 98% accurate. Is it going to be accurate to the T? We're going to 60K? I don't know, but I'm not betting the house on it. So I
yeah,
know for a fact that I'm happy to pick up assets that are drawing down over the forthcoming weeks and months. Now, thankfully, I have some money on the side, and thankfully, I also have an income that has spare capital as well. So I can be
yeah,
utilizing that every week to be pushing it into the markets. So I'm
yeah,
taking, they call it KISS, keep it simple, stupid. So I'm taking that approach. I've chosen my 4 assets or 5 assets. I've chosen how much I'm putting in, and I'm doing it every week. That's it. I'm not trying to pick a bottom. I'm not going, right, I'm selling everything, holding my stables here till we get to 65K because no one knows if that's going to happen. And
yeah,
like we were talking about earlier, selling the soul and into other agents, like you can see the agents at the moment and that space has done really well. Even with
yeah,
Bitcoin sitting at currently 94K, I mean, it went down to a 91 today. You've still got virtuals putting in highs. You've got AIXBT putting in new highs. You've got token chaos putting in new highs, AI16Z's putting in new highs. Like, this space isn't dying at the minute. Like, it's doing
Yeah,
well. It's on heat. So
yeah,
who knows? But I'm not betting the house on it. I'm keeping it simple. I'm more than happy to sit in a 30-40% drawdown from here in Bitcoin. You probably see 70-80 in alts. Everyone will get scared. But when everyone's scared, that's where I back up the truck. So,
that's one. Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
All right. Shall we move on to our predictions?
Well, do we do Trump politics?
Trump. Oh, yes. Okay. Trump inauguration coming up.
Yeah.
What do we think? What happens when Trump finally takes office?
Because I saw a tweet actually this week that suggested, or it suggested, that apparently crypto is one of Trump's first things to get done, or on his
Yeah,
to-do list first. Now, whether
yeah.
that's actually true or not, I don't know. But you may have seen as well is his wallets have been snapping up. What is it, Aave, ETH, and stuff like that, like no tomorrow.
Oh,
So
have they?
yeah,
I don't know. I don't know which are Trump's wallets. I bet there
so
is a June that shows
yeah. If
which ones are his
you
wallets.
go on to X and just type in a Trump ETH wallet, it literally just comes
There's a
up straight
bot.
away.
Watch it. Okay.
There is. There's a bot following Trump. So he's been buying USDC, ETH, Aave. Where is it? Uh, no, that's not the one I'm looking for. There's quite a few tokens he's been buying. Oh, Link was the other one. Yeah, so his main wallets is currently valued at, this is as of the 12th of December. Um, he currently holds 75 million, 3 million in, is that 75 million? I can't see, the number's a bit blurred, but the main larger holdings in there are Aave, Link, USDC, ETH. So they seem to be his picks. The other thing is World Liberty DeFi. So Trump's World Liberty DeFi is his company,
Yeah. Yeah.
and basically that's what they've been buying: ETH, Link, Aave. Like, they've been hammering this stuff.
Interesting. That's quite risk off, but I suppose
I
he's
mean,
not a
it's
degen.
risk
Really.
on for it's risk on for him, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. That's
And
true.
obviously he's got
Very
his
true.
son that launched his own token as well, his own DeFi platform.
That's that
So that's
World
probably
Liberty
why he's
thing, or has he
buying
got another
Aave.
one?
I'm not sure if that's his son's, but I would need probably have to do some digging on it to make sure. But yeah, I know his son's got his own project. So I mean, it kind of adds up to why that might be on his to-do list first. I mean, his son's involved. It's a personal connection. Also, his company have got a wallet going at it, so
Mm,
it would make
yeah,
sense.
and
Um,
I also think that he doesn't want America to fall behind in the same way that other countries fall behind by overregulation.
Do you remember he was at a rally, right? And he went, "You're going to get so tired of winning. You're going to be fed up of winning," and stuff like that. And I saw it the other day on my phone. And I was like, he's been so right so far. Like, everyone is fed up of winning, and we've witnessed a 10-15% drawdown. Everyone's crying. Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah.
mental. But
I've been all right during this drawdown because I've been so immersed in AI. So I
yeah,
haven't even felt it. Even today, I looked at Bitcoin and it was like 92, and I was like everything I'm touching is pumping. So
yeah,
it doesn't feel the same. It's not
yeah.
quite the same.
I mean,
But I
go on,
go ahead. No, go ahead.
sure. Well, so I don't think obviously him coming to organisation is going to affect it much. But when if we go back to the last time he come in, we then saw a massive pump out of the end of January into early Feb. Now, obviously,
Mhm.
the liquidity chart is saying different. And if we're currently repeating what happened last time Trump was in, we should come out by the end of January, start pumping in maybe first 2 weeks of Feb. But then also, if you look at, there's kind of a bit of history to say that we may not bottom till late Feb, early March, then have that rally into late May, June, and then that sell in May, walk away sort of happens again. Have a quiet summer, could be cycle over, depending how much money they need to print.
Yeah, yeah. I think I'm gonna put to one side a big bag of stable coins. I
Yeah,
think because if there is a big sale in January or February, I want in because
yeah.
I think it's going to be quite easy to pick the winners.
Yes, you only have to look at the chart, stick them on a month in anything that's done absolutely ridiculous and has been hit hard. Winners, like an easy one for
Yeah.
people coming in is Sui. Like Sui has been the most or the strongest crypto asset probably in the market this year
Hmm.
or this
Hmm.
cycle. And if
Yeah.
that has I don't even think that will have a big sale. I think even if Bitcoin comes down to 60s, Sui may only drop 40%,
Yeah.
30%. I don't think that drops big. It just hasn't been affected by anything. But going back to like the bigger macro drawdowns quickly, the S&P has broken down of its falling wedge. So's the Nasdaq. Now targets for those take the Nasdaq to 1900. That from very peak is around a 15% drawdown. So that's a big drop
That's
in
huge. Yeah.
macro. S&P target takes it down to around 55. So from top, that is a 10% drawdown in the S&P. That's big. Um, some of the old school traders that I watch on YouTube said that the S&P 500 could be in what they call a megaphone pattern, where it's basically very volatile markets in what creates like a megaphone. So it starts really
Hmm.
thin and gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and it basically just bounces in between. And normally they're continuation patterns. But on the bigger picture at the minute, we're not seeing that. I'm not watching a falling wedge, and I'm targeting 5,500 ish. So there should be a lot of stuff bleeding. Obviously, when it comes to stocks as well, AI's not dead. We know this. If Nvidia has a big drawdown, buy it. AMD has a
Yeah.
big drawdown, buy it. Like
Yeah.
Coinbase has a big drawdown, buy the damn thing.
Yeah.
MicroStrategy, buy it. Like
Yeah.
it's on all out. You buy all the blood that is in the streets and people are crying about.
Yeah.
Like that's it. Another one
Yeah.
is cybersecurity, multi-month breakout, cup and handle pattern. If that has a big drawdown, buy it. Like obviously not financial advice, but
Yeah. Of
if you are
course.
looking for something that's not as risk adverse, buy those big things that I just mentioned.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
So
Yeah. Stocks wise, quickly before we do our predictions, stocks
yeah.
wise, what are your top three stock picks for 2025?
So just the year of 2025.
Yeah. Just 2025.
Tesla. Well, see, Tesla for me is, I think, or anything that's Elon Musk related is a must buy on big discounts for the entirety of Trump's uh, time in power. Now,
Yeah.
Tesla, we know, has had a big rally in the back end of end of this year. Sorry, I'm saying last year like it's already been 2024, but back end of this year, last 2 or 3 months, it's gone from 250 to 490, so nearly 100%, and that's now a 1.3 trillion dollar stock. So that is one of them going into 2025 that I think will do very well. Second one, Coinbase, also Trump related. Brian Armstrong was one of the biggest backers of Trump's rallies and donations and whatnot.
Okay.
Coinbase, I think, will
Okay.
do very well. So and
Yeah.
because it's a smallish stock, only valued at 64 billion. Okay, and we're talking about an asset class that's 3.5 trillion, something like that, 3 trillion.
Hmm.
Coinbase
Hmm.
is very undervalued in my eyes. Um, so stock wise, Coinbase I think will do very well. I actually think it's $1 trillion stock down the line, but that is talking 3 to 10 years out.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
let's see what happens with that. Second one, I'm gonna go with. I want to say a Bitcoin miner, but I'll give you two: Riot, Riot platforms,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
Roblox stock.
Okay. So both video games, Riot as in the video games.
No, Riot as in Riot Bitcoin mining.
Okay.
company.
Right. There you go.
So
Okay. Okay.
a lot
And
of
then
these
Roblox
Bitcoin
is a
minings
bit
are
there.
all they're also getting into AI storage, stuff like
Yes.
that
Oh,
as well.
AI compute, I guess, because
Yes.
they've got
Yeah.
a lot of compute power.
Yes. So a lot of these Bitcoin mining companies are diversifying. It's also an extra income stream, which should affect stock prices very well. Riot is the, I think, best and safest Bitcoin miner to probably own, maybe a Marathon, but I prefer Riot. That's currently valued at 3.65 billion. And then the other one is I really like Roblox. They are releasing adverts on Roblox. Their reports are mental. Like they've been seeing 30% climbs of usage and all sorts for the last 2 years. And they are implementing AI. So kids will be able to go on there, talk to AI, say, build me a stick house with 4 windows and a dog above the door, and it will build it for
Yeah.
them
Okay.
or whatever.
Okay.
And these
Okay.
kids are very quickly gonna become masters of this stuff if used it right.
Yeah.
So Roblox for me is really good, and it's confirmed a month breakout of a range. So since it's come out, like most tech stocks do, they die off a cliff. Um,
Yeah.
Roblox, for example, dropped from $130 down to 21, then formed a base between 21 or 20, 21 and 47. Nice accumulation pattern from 2022 March to around October 2024. We've since then broke out. Any dips on that, I believe, are a massive buying opportunity. And for full transparency, I own every single one of them and already am in 4 or 5x territory with the majority of them.
Okay.
So,
Okay. Okay.
but
Okay. So
still
those
very
those
bullish
are the
going
picks.
into 2025.
Right. So Christmas 2025, we'll have to come back and see how these stock picks have done. So those are
Yeah,
good.
I'll write.
Those are
I'll
good
write
picks.
them down now so I don't forget.
Yeah. And then we'll do our crypto picks because we are fast running out of time.
Yeah, I'm probably
Although we
running out of
started late
data as
today,
well. I had a
actually.
warning come up. Right. So do you
Oh,
want
mate.
to do? Do you want to do your pick for Bitcoin? And should we do ETH or Sol?
Sol.
Yeah.
Let's do Sol for a change. Bitcoin, Sol, a major meme, which will be Pepe this time round.
Yeah.
And then we'll pick one each. I'll pick an AI stock, obviously, and uh, you can pick what you like.
Yeah. So we're doing BTC, Sol, Pepe, and what was the other one?
Uh, BTC, Sol, Pepe.
Then was it my
I'm
one?
going to,
I,
yeah, I'm going to
your one.
pick.
Your one.
Arc. Yeah, I'm going to pick Arc, which is a
ARC. Is that?
AI. Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Which is an AI framework. I'm going to pick that one. Do a prediction on that, and you
And
can
I'll
you can pick
do. Let me have a look. I'll keep it AI agents related. Choose FXN.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to choose XBT, AI
No, no,
XBT.
no. I'll choose FXN and I'll explain why when we get there.
Okay, all
Bitcoin.
right.
What do you think?
I'm Captain Bearish now.
Yeah,
I'm going
I
to
think
say
it's right to be.
yeah. I'm going to say 85.
Yeah, I was going to say 87. So happy New Year.
So much for the Santa rally because we was
Yeah,
almost touching 100 on Christmas Day.
yeah. 85, 87. So Seoul, where do you think that will be?
You go first. I done Bitcoin, didn't I?
I'm going to say Seoul will be back around 175. So $20 lower from here.
I'm going to say I'm going to say that Soul holds. I'm going to say
Uh,
that's all
what's it?
holds. And it outperforms,
197 now, isn't it?
yeah, I'm going to say it holds 197, outperforms Bitcoin.
And I said 175. Right. Pepe. So that is currently at 184. I mean, we created a bear flag. We're on the verge of breaking down. I'm gonna say Pepe could get hit hard, so I'm gonna go 134.
Oof.
That
So
is about a 30% drawdown.
mm, yeah, that's
1.34.
I will say I'm going to say 110. I'm going
One
to say
what
110.
110 or one,
Yeah, yeah, 110.
yeah.
I think,
Even bearish,
yeah,
even more bearish than me.
I think memes are gonna get annihilated this week.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say no. Right then, ARC. So is
Yeah,
that AI rig complex, yeah?
that's right. So that's like basically an AI 16Z or virtuals, but it's made in Rust. So it's made in a language
Right,
that's
okay.
supposed to be the best language of all.
Yeah, coding talk, isn't it, Rust?
Yeah. So it's like it's one of these things where if you make it using that, you're less prone to have bugs in it and things like that. So you're going to have agents that are real resilient and also that can do things that the others can't quite do or very, very difficult to implement. So we're expecting the best, like the real exotic agents to come out of this framework. I think it's, I don't know, 230 million market cap at the moment, something like that, off memory. Oh, I think you've frozen. Oh no, have you lost your reception? It looks like we've lost the financial navigator just as we was getting to the exciting part of our predictions. So I'm going to round up my predictions, and if he rejoins, then good. If he has run out of data, we will have to do maybe a small catch-up episode tomorrow. Yes, he's saying his data died. Okay, so my prediction will be that ARC will rally slightly more to 280 million and whatever price that is, 280 million market cap. And finally, okay, ARC, you reckon 45 cents. I don't know what market cap that is. I haven't got my machine with me, so we'll have to move on. So the final one was FXN. So FXN is a marketplace for AI agents to interact with each other. It is built, uh, mostly supports the ELIZA AI 16Z framework. So it's got to be more soul focused. For ARC, I said $280 million market cap. I don't know what that is as a price because I haven't got my machine with me. But we'll make the graphic and we'll release the graphic. So finally, for FXN, Financial Navigator, if you want to type in what your um, prediction is for FXN and why, I will speak about my prediction. So FXN, I think, it's been super volatile. So I guess it's making that megaphone pattern that you said, where it was going up and down in a small range and then starting to go up and down in a bigger range. That's exactly what FXN has been doing. It's been doing 50% drawdown, immediate 100% up, then immediate 60% drawdown, and immediate 100% up. So because of that, assuming that that is going to continue, and we are currently halfway through I'm going to say that we have a price of, I think it's 9 cents. I'm going to go with 9 cents or $90 million market cap with FXN. Head of Soldiers, his target is 30 cents. So I guess mine was 90 cents then. But he reckons around 18, which is really bearish. So Financial Navigator has gone with a bearish break to the downside for FXN, which will fly in the face of what's happening with AI currently, but will be in line of what's happening with Bitcoin and the macro currently. So we are very much opposed on that one. I think FXN will touch new all-time highs. Financial Navigator thinks FXN will really suffer. Oh, right. Okay. So there you go. All right. So I was right then. So it is 9 cents. It's up to 9 cents, not 90 cents. So because of the inverse head and shoulders, you've got it going up to 30 cents, which would be around 300 million. But you reckon around 180, which is 180, which is bullish. Yes, that's super bullish. We have touched 90, so it'll be a 2x from where we are on a very new, very strong AI project. So yeah, okay. So you're in at 18, I'm in at 9. 18, I think, is very bullish. Yeah, but these head and shoulders are patterns that we know that the financial navigator likes. And on that bombshell, I'm going to wrap up on my Todd because Financial Navigator has left me. And we will be back next Monday in the new year with Crypto Waffle episode 8. So we upload these to YouTube and we also upload these on Twitter. So you can find us there. Or if you are watching there, please remember to like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And yeah, thank you, Financial Navigator, for joining me. Loads of alpha this episode with all of the AI agents, loads of alpha with all of the liquidity talk. We've got a pretty good idea that we're going to continue to go lower. We had said it was possible in the last episode. I didn't want to believe it because I'm a permabull, and it turns out we are heading lower. So happy New Year to you all. Make sure you keep stacking, and I will see you later. Adios.